Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss how the bourbon industry gives back to charities and communities. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Luke Otero, and Katie Joyce.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello.
everybody.
Hello. So, yeah, we are going to have a good show today. We're going to be talking about some of the things that we've seen where bourbon has given back and some of the great charitable work that they do. But before we get to that, McNew said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, McNew?
All right. So is there a restaurant that's either chain or local or otherwise? And if somebody says, hey, I'm going to go here or I'm going to order food from here, do you want anything? You're like, no, I will just starve instead. No, thank you.
I will eat from literally anywhere.
Really?
You don't have an absolutely no, like, no, thank you. I will get something else later.
I mean, if it's if like I already ate that day and I'm not actually hungry, I'll skip. But if I'm legitimately hungry, I will eat gas station sushi.
Really?
Like I will eat from anywhere.
So I'm like, hey, Katie, you're coming down. I see you said you're going to be coming down near my house. Why don't we meet at Red Lobster for lunch? You'd be like, oh yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. Do they have their endless shrimp? Let's do it. Like,
I never thought about a Cheddar Bay biscuit, to be honest. Like that's fun.
I make better Cheddar Bay biscuits at my house, but I will still eat theirs because then I don't have to do the effort. And I like those biscuits. So yeah, Red Lobster's
What about the 54th Street Grill?
Love it.
What about Skyline Chili?
I'm okay with that. Sure.
Okay.
I'm not picky.
All right. You're good. Well, that's a 5 out of 5. That's place
I
anyway.
hate
So
cooking.
I threw that one out there just to.
The key is that if I have to make no effort, if I can just sit my ass in the chair and they bring me food, I usually do not complain because I hate
McDonald's.
Cooking, so
what about
I will
McDonald's?
Eat pretty much anything. McDonald's is great. I get a Happy Meal on bad days. If I've had a rough day at the office, I go to McDonald's and I get a hamburger Happy Meal with a high C orange, and it improves my day.
Freaking love McDonald's still.
I don't. I feel like they lost their way. I was a McDonald's guy. I think I go back to when I was in high school. You would go there and you would order, and then they would hit a button and start the clock, and you were going to get your meal. Everything was going to be out to you within 60 seconds.
Who is doing French fries better than McDonald's? Fast food wise.
Everybody now these days, yeah.
Well, so I do
they
like
were
the
better
curly
back then.
fries from Jack in the Box.
I'm talking about
but
in the 80s, they had the best fries, and they would get everything out to you in 60. I go to McDonald's sometimes, like if you go to Royce's place, there's no other place to eat. You go to McDonald's, and 25 minutes order. 20.
What?
25 minutes.
No, okay, so
what are they doing back there?
Some of those McDonald's just feeling a standard McDonald's still wins. So like my McDonald's in my hometown, I can, if I order a standard meal, oh, thank God I got pizza. I
Emergency
can
pizza.
drive through and I don't have to actually stop my vehicle. I can still do the slow roll through the pickup window and they hand me my food as I'm driving through and I continue rolling on. I don't ever have to actually stop and wait.
Clearly some are better than others, but like, I think they're top tier fries, top tier Coke as far as fast food goes. I am like I will die a McDonald's fan, probably because it's going to kill me, but it's fine.
Kathy,
There's
yeah. Oh, go ahead, Luke. What do you got?
Uh,
Is there a restaurant that you're like, oh, that's not a good one?
yeah, it's a burger joint. Should I say the name?
Sure.
Uh,
It's your opinion. It's your opinion, so it can't be wrong. Yeah.
yeah, it's Carl's Jr.'s
Okay.
out here.
That's a
Okay.
Hardee's chain, right? They're
Yeah.
Hardee's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardee's.
So
That's hard. We have a lot of drug users working there. I usually avoid that one.
Okay.
so I kind of
I don't know if we want to say that, but yeah.
yeah,
That's not a
hard
company policy by any means, but yeah, no problem saying you don't like the place.
They don't
so.
do background checks. They'll hire you if you've got some
Oh gosh,
pending, you know.
I don't know anything about that. Yeah. Luckily, Katie can defend herself, so she's good.
That's the thing. I end up with a lot of clients working there and I can't have issues.
That's where they work. Okay, fair enough. All right, Kathy, how about you? Is there any restaurant that you just don't get?
There are a couple of places I won't go to I boycott them for political reasons.
Okay.
Oh.
But I don't have to talk about that.
Okay.
Um,
I respect you for that because I am a sucker for if they make good food, I will just eat there and I feel bad about it. But so I respect that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
I
get
won't
that-
go. There's a
I'll
couple places I won't go to because of their things. But
Would your
food-
mom go there? Would your mom go there? Your mom goes there though, right? She has the same Christian values as these organizations.
No.
Yeah,
Does it
that's
help
what
if I go there?
Mom's 87. She doesn't really go to fast food
But
places.
she would. She would.
Does it help if
She
you
likes,
go to the
she likes
places
the
with
places that oversalt everything.
Well,
you
sure.
go to the places with your gay friends? Does that help?
Sure.
If they're with you and they're also going there?
I think that gets a pass.
No.
I have a gay friend that really does love some Chick-fil-A, and she's like, it's fine. She's like, I'm not mad about the chicken. I said, okay. So
Well,
she's,
there you go.
yeah.
No,
I've had
Yeah.
some of my
No, I
friends, they've
can't do
taken
it.
the position, they're like, I'm supporting the local worker, not necessarily the CEO.
and they're franchise people, so they're
True.
franchise.
And
You know, I
do it.
might be hurting I don't think I'm hurting them because I'm seeing them doing fine business, but in my heart and my soul, I know I'm doing
No,
what I need to
the
do.
money, and that's fine.
I
I'm
respect
not
the shit
giving
out
them
of
my
that.
money, but I do love food. Like there's very little food I won't eat or try or.
Yeah, based on not anything political, is there a restaurant that people like but
Based
you
on
don't
their food,
based on the food? Yeah, not based on their CEO or past CEO or whatever it is.
No.
I don't even think about
I love all
talking
food.
shit on Provel cheese, St. Louis style pizza right now because I am loving my emos at
Oh,
this
yeah?
very
Sure.
moment as we're
I-
discussing this.
I do not like the Provel cheese on.
Well, see, now you just tell her not to do that. And that's the attack that she decides to take.
Immediately do what I tell you to do. Immediately.
Yeah.
That's
Instead
because I'm
of-
going to stand up for my beliefs. And my beliefs are it's too creamy and it always burns
No.
the roof of your mouth.
No, it's not.
It's so okay. This had plenty of time to cool off from whatever the delivery driver was doing from when he
Right.
left the store and was supposed to be here like 10 minutes ago. So it's not going
Licking
to
your pizza. He was sitting 2 houses
Oh
down,
God.
licking your pizza.
Oh,
You
I
know
hate to
what?
think
His
about that.
spit adds fantastic
Oh.
flavor because this tastes wonderful.
Oh God. Okay.
Here we go. Jeez.
Yeah. All right. McNew, you asked the question. What is your restaurant?
so I used to love this place probably about 10 years ago. The Buffalo Wild Wings. None of them are good anymore. They're
Oh my God, you're so right. They've all gone to shit.
trash. I used to love them, but now I can go to a dive bar and get better wings, and the ladies
Mhm.
will be nicer to me. Buffalo
You have
Wild
to.
Wings, they're horrible.
Here's the secret with them. You do have to tell them to do them extra crispy on the wings because they I guess they try to shorten the time to get them out to you. They're not crispy wings. I don't like them.
But
But
Well, then
also,
go
I
some
bet it's
places
just
that
getting
are
like
better wings.
gristle in the
Oh my
chicken.
God, that
like
was
the
3 people
chicken
talking at
itself
once.
is poor quality.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't really go to Buffalo Wild Wings, so
well,
I
no, but
can't
it's
really
also
defend them.
like
Not a fan.
the service sucks also. And this was like pre-pandemic. The one we have here in town has been horrible since 2018.
Buffalo Wild Wings makes breakfast? What?
What?
But the service is horrible. What?
Oh, I thought
Wait,
you
does
said
your
their
Dairy Queen have
is
breakfast
horrible.
too?
Their breakfast wings are just not up to par.
What's
Hold up. Is this real?
The scrambled egg wings.
Let's get a
are just-
restaurant that makes breakfast wings.
Yeah.
I'm very curious because that'd be amazing, but this isn't real, right?
No,
That
it would
would
be a
sound
good
real.
hangover
Oh.
place.
Yeah, it would. It would. Okay. So there you go. There you go. Don't get the breakfast at Buffalo Wild Wings. Everything else, though, is fantastic.
I'm gonna have to Google
We're now
this. I'm
sponsored
so
by
confused.
Buffalo Wild Wings. That would be great. I wish they would come to us with the sponsorship deal, and McNew has to be like, "Oh, it's so great! I love them so much."
I love my
That would be
local
so
Buffalo
awesome.
Wild Wings.
Hi, I'm McNew, and I love Buffalo Wild Wings. Can you imagine those commercials? They would be so great. Yeah.
Please,
Nah, she changed
please,
the wording
let
to
this
make. She'd
happen.
be like, "You should love Buffalo Wild Wings." She would slightly change the wording in order.
No, I would be onto that. I would. Yeah.
you-
You can
you
order.
have to-
Yes, you can order breakfast from Buffalo Wild Wings online.
See,
What?
What?
I told you. Yeah. Oh,
When
there
did
you
they
go.
start?
That's just
How-
not right.
What?
You know,
Sure.
I prefer breakfast from my own bra because I'm probably going to lose some eggs in there.
My own bra.
Better than whatever Buffalo Wild Wings is doing.
There you go. There you go. Bra breakfast. So, well, there you go. On that note, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm going to kick this one off. I have Baby Sass.
This was just the
Baby
intro.
Yeah. What a great intro. Here we go. Swide on the set. Bassy, sloshy, squeaky. I had a lot going on there. None of it was any good, but yeah, that's I have the lead. I can say that I have the lead at least right now. Next up is going to be McNew. McNew, what do you got?
I have some Hard Truth Sipes bourbon.
No, Mike Muffle. That was clearly a Mike Muffle situation. I apologize, but yeah, I've got the lead. We'll make Katie go last. She's chomping at the bit, but we're gonna make her go last.
Okay.
Kathy,
It's
go ahead.
not a new bottle. You're fine.
Yeah, go ahead, Kathy. What do you got?
I just want to go after her so I can win one. Every time I go before her, I have a great bottle pop, and then she comes around. And the next thing I want to say before I pop this bottle is we need to open a restaurant called McNew's Bra Breakfast. And the food comes out in like a bra.
Raw, but like, you know, plastic or glass, or like you could shape it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
they do those molds. We could shape it like my bra, but it needs to be like, you know, something you can throw in a dishwasher afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to open up some Barker's Mill.
Okay, that's the lead. That was very good. That's probably going to be enough, I would think. Luke, Luke, what do you
Yeah.
got?
I've got some Hidden Barn batch number 1.
Okay.
Mm.
No, nothing really going on there. Not enough. Katie, do you want to go get a new bottle now after you heard what Kathy threw out? Just because you were like, I'll just use
Yeah,
I'll use
please
one that has already
excuse
been
me
opened.
while
Yeah.
I go
Yeah.
grab a new bottle and then take off
Right.
the phone. No, I'm gonna stick with what I have. I've got Limousine Rye. It's 6 years. It is opened already.
Okay.
I'm not grabbing a brand new one.
Barely.
Barely. Oh, come on. I did technically buy. I saw the 2 limousines. I did technically grab the one that was
Or full.
more full. Was
Yeah. She did it.
It's open though. I wasn't taking a foil off.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
That
Okay.
sucked.
Kathy wins. She finally managed to better Katie. So there you go. Cheers. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about how bourbon gives back. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Debbie Kennard, and my altar drinking Edo is Freddie Miller. I'll drink to that.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about how bourbon gives back.
Yes, we are. There's so many ways that bourbon gives back. And one that immediately comes to mind is anybody even buying Pappy Van Winkle from the store anymore? Or is it all just going through charitable auctions? Because you can't get on Instagram or Facebook and there's not like, hey, win a vertical of Pappy and it's for this charity. It's so many of them go to that. I wonder how much money is raised each year off of Pappy Van Winkle for charities. Oh.
I should have did a different bottle. I have a bottle of Stellum that I bought at my high school's charity auction. That's what I should have done this pop. That's why I didn't win.
Yeah.
Damn, I messed up.
Yeah, that's why you didn't win.
That's
Not
why I
because
didn't win.
mine was superior.
Right.
Anything you could
It
have
had nothing
out.
to do with you at all, Kathy. You know, it's the selection that did it. What
It's
else?
just-
There are a lot of
I think there's
raffles.
just a lot of generous people that are donating those bottles
Yeah.
for the different causes, and good for them. Yeah.
Luke, you work as a distributor, and one of the brands that you represent, as we talked about on the previous show that you were on, is Willet. And there's probably nobody more generous than the family. I mean, they sell entire barrels for these things that raise thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, $100,000,
Hundreds.
plus.
Yeah.
For some of these where it's a pick experience and people want to support the cause and they also want to do something cool. And yes, for some of those like the tornado relief things and that, you're talking about things that have gone for $200,000 plus. So very generous with the cult.
And I want to. The big distilleries and the craft distilleries, they're doing their part, but I would like to also highlight. We're all extensions of that generosity. And Steve, you and your barrel shop, you're doing things for charities. I know our distributorship, we're doing things for some special events. We already have the luxury of purple tops, and so we always cut some out of our warehouse, our stock, so we can donate them to the UNM Children's Cancer Foundation for their big event.
Right.
And like you're doing one for ALS coming up. I mean, so it's a big umbrella of the entire industry that's doing things for a lot of good reasons.
Yes.
And with the growth in popularity in bourbon, the opportunity is just bigger and bigger. the longer, you know, with all these people getting more interested and everyone making more bourbon and more distilleries, there's just more and more opportunities. Look at all of these little craft distilleries that focus on military
Mhm.
and what they want to give back to military and how they're helping vets. There's entire distilleries either owned by vets, worked in by vets, or just dedicated to helping vets.
Committing to getting jobs for vets, even, you know,
Yeah.
that's even a big thing too. What do you do when you get back after serving your country? So sometimes the skills that you learn in the military are tough to apply to a corporate job or something like that. And there's some distilleries that are committed to hiring veterans, which is, you know, very cool, and you know, something that's good for all of us. So yeah, there's
the
many
growth
ways you
is
can
just feeding to the
Mhm.
ability, but
yes,
you know, big bourbon equals big hearts.
yeah,
Oh, that was so cute.
Oh,
Big
that's
bourbon equals
cute.
big hearts.
yeah.
I was gonna say that I'm just a sucker for any good cause they slap on it, but big bourbon equals big hearts sounds way better.
Mark that, Kathy, and let people use it. That's great. But also like bourbon clubs, like Indiana Bourbon, right? See, like he
True.
works in New York and he's doing great things for
Yeah.
officers. Yeah, amazing. Like fundraisers and to watch bottles. Like he's doing really cool things. There's a liquor store here. Any raffle they do, you have to buy a ticket. And the money from the ticket sales, like they're $10, they will donate to like a mental health charity, which I think is really important as well.
So that's so much better than how many dollars you've spent with us, and that's how many tickets you get.
Yeah. So, and like if you want to like donate $50, you get 5 tickets. I'm like, or whatever your number is. And I'm like,
That's cool. I like that way of doing it too.
Yeah.
So if I
Money's
don't wanna
raised for a
bottle,
good cause, and it's not just, hey,
important.
it's not just tied to what you spend, or it's all not just all other, just even just totally random, where, you know, you got the one bourbon drinkers bringing 8 friends that don't drink bourbon because they want to buy everything they can and get it for them, or the flippers are doing that. Yeah, it gets very frustrating. So yeah, I like it when it has a charitable aspect to it.
If he brings 8 friends now, well, then you just raised $80 more for charity. There we go. So it's
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the giving of that too, because that's I have pretty strict limits when it comes to secondary market of anything whiskey. But when charity is involved, it's all bets off.
It's
Like,
different.
If
Yeah.
it's a charity I believe in, I'll spend whatever it takes. So like, I mean, look at my asshole dog who's interrupted multiple shows tonight. I bought him at a charity auction and I spent way too much on this asshole apparently. Because I mean, my pit bull who has been silent through all the shows and been an angel was nearly free. So I mean, that shows you there that what all stupid things I'll do for charity right there. So
Yeah.
same applies to whiskey. That I will.
Well, there's so many, you know, organizations, and you see in Louisville the Speed Museum and other ones that are largely funded. Their biggest fundraisers are the stuff they do with bourbon, where they have all these different charitable auctions and it's a lot of different experiences and whiskey and barrel picks and all the stuff's included in there. But that's how they raise most of their money, and it's cool to think that bourbon can help out in that way, or really make a difference for things that then the general public, whether or not you're a bourbon fan, are probably enjoying. So yeah,
then some schools, I'm going to say mostly the Catholic ones around here, have gotten on board with like, oh, we're doing a bourbon auction, because you know, parents, I'm not a parent, I'm still gonna like get on your kid's raffle if it involves bourbon. I don't care about their bullshit. I don't even care what it's for. But they said, hey, we're doing a bourbon raffle for the school. I'm like, sign me up.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is trivia nights. They're popular in the St. Louis area, and they used to have wine pulls where you would pay a dollar amount and you would get a paper bag and a bottle of wine in it. Well, now what they're doing is they're also doing bourbon. So you'll have a table of wine, then you have a table of bourbon. And so you pay a certain amount, and whatever people have donated goes in those bags, and you can walk out with a screwball, or you can walk out with the Jefferson's Ocean. You know, it doesn't know. You don't know, but it's fun and it's bourbon.
I would end up with the screwball, but yeah.
Inevitably, we all end up with a screwball.
Right.
He's the one who walks out with screwball and crown apple.
Yes, look what I got. I'm supporting a good cause. Yeah.
We do that too, and it's for Meals on Wheels, which like delivers the meals to like the old
They
people.
bring them bourbon?
Yeah, so they do a fundraiser.
I'm sorry. How do you sign up for this again? I think I need Meals on
We
Wheels.
need some Meals on Wheels that come
Meals
with
on-
bourbon.
But like they do a fundraiser for them where it's a tasting event, but they also do the bottle pulls, and you can also like enter raffles for gift baskets and other stuff. So like, yeah, you're spending money, but like at the end of the day, it goes to something good that's helping other people. So I'm like, if I win something cool, good for me. If I don't, if I win something stupid, I'm like, yeah, well, I've spent money on dumb things before, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I do feel like that's an issue I've run into with being a person who's involved with many charities as well and serving on boards, is that I know the generosity of a lot of whiskey people and distillers and people who have collections, that I always want to try to focus on those events that are actually going to get really good prices for it as well.
Right.
That we're going to have a grouping there who are going to be interested in this and know what it is and know what a prize this is, and who are going to buy into those raffles or into the auction. And so it's always so hard for me to know when to ask someone to actually donate something, because I'm never fully confident, I feel like, in most of my events of that we're going to have those right whiskey people there. So I'm like, I know I'll be there and I'll pay stupid money for it, but we need someone else to bid against me in order to get that money up there. And so that's always the struggle I have in knowing what events we're actually going to have something that it brings a true value, because I hate seeing the opportunity there if someone's been really generous with something and you want to see it succeed then when it's for charity as well.
Right. Yeah. No, I get that.
That's why you get a lot of people to donate Screwball.
Screwball. Very generous donating Screwball. Yeah, and we certainly try to do that at the Barrel Shop. I mean, we support all of the local. I mean, all the local schools end up hitting you up when you have a business like this, and we do tastings, and we've given over $10,000 worth of tastings already in 10 months that we've been open. So that's kind of a cool thing. And then we do support ALS. Our buddy Rick Brenner, stricken with that terrible disease, and we have 3 different ways we raise money for ALS. You can just come in and get a virtual pour for $5. That money 100% goes to ALS. Any bottles that are numbered sequentially, we keep number 1, and we have a club, in-store club, and our members have numbers. Rick is number 1. We made him ceremoniously number 1 when we started it, and we keep the number 1 bottles though, and then we sell it. We put a $20 premium on it. Again, that money's all donated to ALS. And then now we started last year, we did a tasting where we take all the proceeds. We do have ticket sales. We take all that money, we just donate it to ALS, and we're writing checks, on a quarterly basis, and it's like $500 or $600, $450 sometimes. To us, I think that's a big deal. I don't, maybe you look at, Schnucks or Walgreens, or, they're writing $1 million checks, or we're just a small company, but we're trying to do our part with this stuff. So yeah, we try to make a difference to what we can do. So yeah. And then every once in a while, something cool happens. Like we do have a tasting coming up where we're going to do one of those for Rick for ALS. And Luke Otero bought 3 tickets. He doesn't live in the area. He's not going to attend. He's just like, I'm buying 3 tickets to the event, and you can give them to someone else, whatever you need to do with them to help the cause. He just did that. And that's just what a nice guy Luke is. And he's never even met Rick. But he knows him from, the podcast and us talking about him and all that kind of stuff, and was like, the support's a great cause, and it's cool. It's cool. So we definitely like helping out, and and it's just like Luke said, it's an offshoot of being part of the industry. The industry gives back, and that's what we want to do, and that's why we do those things for sure.
We're all pretty fortunate that
yeah,
because of this tidal wave of the bourbon boom, that for us, I can speak specifically that we've done very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure a lot of the others are doing very well too. So it's besides being a Kentucky Colonel myself, part of our charge is to give back. So this is
right.
a way we can give back. Steve's a Colonel as well, so he gives back. So yeah.
That's one of the key criteria to being a Kentucky Colonel. You have to give back. And that means a lot to us doing that. And that's why we do the things that we do is you have to not only give back to have qualified. I feel the push to continue to, what can I do to do more, to give back, help others. So yeah, very cool. Yeah. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me giving back any way I can, drinking bourbon, and at Instagram, KK Castring.
All right. Katie.
You can find me I was going to rattle off my boards that I serve on for nonprofits, but I suddenly blanked. I'm going to forget one and then I'll regret it later when I hear
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So I'm not even going to try. So just find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right, Luke.
You can find me on LinkedIn and Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. At a minimum, go to our Eventbrite page, and we have virtual tickets for sale even for that event for Rick, where you can't attend. Maybe you live in Alaska, maybe you live in Seattle, but you listen to the show and you enjoy it. Maybe you've heard us talk about our friend Rick. You can buy a virtual ticket where you can contribute to the cause, and all of that money, 100% of it, we pass along to ALS. And again, just another way that we like to give back. So check us out at abvbarrelshop.com for more information. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we're going to have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.